Welcome back. Welcome back. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Dr. George Fraser, but when I heard him speak, I really, really like this man. So I'm going to give a brief synopsis and just give you a chance to listen to him yourself. I think he is phenomenal. I think he's like a Dr. Claude Anderson to me. And we just gonna get right into it. I hope you enjoy this the way. And shout out to my new subscribers. Thank you. Dr. George Fraser. Oh, he a tourist like me. He was born May 1st, 1945 in Brooklyn, New York. He's one of 8 children born to Ida Mae Baldwin and Walter Frederick Fraser. He graduated from Thomas Edison Vocational High School, attended New York University, and received ooh, his executive training at Dartmouth College's Amos and Tuck School of Business. Fraser spent 17 years in management with Procter& Gamble, the United Way, and the Ford Motor Company. He wrote his first book, Success Runs in Our The Complete Guide to Effective Networking in the African Community in 1994. His second book, Race for Success, The 10 Best Business Opportunities for Blacks in America, was selected as one of the 10 best business books of 1999 by Booklets magazine. He is also the creator and publisher of the award-winning Success Guide, the networking guide to black resources. 3 versions of Success Guide have been published and a worldwide edition was released in August 2000. Fraser has received many awards and citations for his community service, including the United Negro College Fund, National Volunteer of the Year Award, and the Architects of Village Award from Allstate Insurance. He is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records in 1986 as Director of Marketing and Communications for United Way of Cleveland. He conceived, planned, and led the release of 1.4 million balloons, the largest single balloon release in history. The publication Vital Speeches of the Day has selected 3 of Mr. Fraser's speeches to be reprinted, distributed worldwide, a first for any professional speaker in America. He has been featured in articles in Black Enterprise and Upscale. Fraser and his wife Nora are the parents of 2 sons. He is awesome. This is Dr. Fraser. We're gonna get into some of what he says. I think he's phenomenal. The sexiest thing, the sexiest thing Hey, guy. that a man can do from I speak from experience. Yes, I am black. For those of you who were not entirely sure, that is the beauty of becoming all shapes and sizes and skin tones and hair textures, lots of options out there, brothers and sisters. No need to. And it's not McDonald's Wi Fi, asshole. It's StreamYard. My Wi Fi is just fine. No, Say that man saying, sister. I might have to end this and go back on my phone. My other phone is charging. Because StreamYard, I pay too much money for StreamYard to do this. Is the secret to system 45 years. I love this man. 45 years, we discuss the stupid things that we have done, Bishop. We reach middle ground. We bless it and release it to bring it up again. That part. We go about family loving our people. To this part. That's good. That is the key to success in the black community. A strong black family. Facts. 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 To unpack, but it's huge. Now, all that needed to be said today has already been said. I got here at 8 o'clock this morning. I sat patiently and listened to 67 brilliance with intelligence, with calm, and collaboration. It was just a beautiful thing to see. And they speak. Let me speak. Time, we understand that the obstacle for us is the way. We are an awesome and beautiful, powerful people. Facts. 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 The best thing that has happened to black people is Donald Trump. But that's okay. That's okay. My son gonna have to go get me some cigarettes. Danye! Let me mute. Therapy, I had to I'm gonna let this play. I love Dr. Fraser. This probably gonna be the only video I do, but I'm gonna come back. Oh, Trump just announced they going in. They about to pew pew Venezuela. They going in. I'll probably come back tomorrow though. After I see what damage they do. Maduro better run. He already in hiding. All right, so I'm gonna let this play because I gotta go get my money. Has demonstrated to us what he thinks of us and what so much of America thinks of us. Now, we have always suspected, we have always complained, we've always saber-rapped
now know to be true. America elected Donald Trump. And we now know what so much and so many of America think about us. But we've had that suspicion within. We can almost say it ain't nothing new. Now it doesn't. So this is a good thing. I must understand that we are in a state of urgency. We are in a state of emergency, if you will. Sector invests billions of dollars bringing America to financial literacy. That's the Wall Street Journal said in that. Now we know that when white folks catch a cold, black people catch
Dr. George
pneumonia.
Fraser.
So if financial illiteracy is an American problem, it is 10 times the problem in our community.
Facts. Facts.
Therefore, it is time to put in wealth creation, closing the income and wealth gap between blacks and whites in America. I did not say blacks and Hispanics. I did not say Asians. I did not say blacks and Arabs. I said blacks and white folk. It is time for us to close that gap.
Just no cigarette.
It is time to create a slogan around that idea and that mantra.
He remind me of Dr. Claude Anderson.
This must now become the new Black Power. All right. Without the cooperation, the investment, and the engagement, the most important, the most institutional, and that is.
Come on.
They must touch it. We must devise a system that allows us morally and spiritually
I shouldn't charge it.
and inheritance to his children. That is what the Bible. Interesting article on the front page of this page. God, it was below. No, let me back up. There's another article. This one said that African American baby boomers will be the first generation of Africans in America to raise a generation of Africans in America.
All right, I think I'm gonna delete this whole thing and just do this on my. Oh. Therapy. How does it sound? Is it okay? Because it seemed like when I'm not playing the video, it's okay. See, it ain't did nothing. What is it about the telephone? That's what I want to know. For real. He talking some good shit.
That will not do better than them. So in the 400-year history of our people in this country, we are the only generation, generation that will be worse off.
Ooh, come on.
Participate, and you must not participate that statistic. Understand that everything we do for our children, just as everything our parents did, they did for us.
Facts.
We cannot allow this to happen. Not on our watch.
Facts.
Investigation further studies further statistics tell us. In the Institute of Policy Studies, a major report, a 200-page report on the white folks in America. Check it out on Google. The Institute of Policy Studies, April of 2016. Here is the conclusion of that study, and I quote from the study: if nothing changes among African Americans, it will take 228 years ever to close the wealth gap between black and whites in America. It will take 89 years. It will take us 220.
Damn. That's fucked. If we don't change, but black economics going to 25 years to catch up, but Hispanics 89 years. That is, oh, we fucked. We a fucked up race anyway. I ain't never seen. Wow, that is sad as fuck.
8 years, if ever. That's in the report. That's almost the amount of time it took us to become free. For the 89 years, so I think take 228.
StreamYard, I want my damn. I want my money back. I should have just did on, cause he giving too much good information for this shit to keep going in and out.
What is the most important value in the Hispanic community?
Family. Family.
Therefore, they have two work on economic state, and we have one.
Come on. Come on.
Story, Fortune magazine, December of last year. Very interesting story about the gap between blacks and whites in America. Here's a conclusion of that study. By 2053, just 10 years after the country is projected to become majority non-white, black median families will own zero wealth if current trends continue. 20 years later, Latino.
Damn. Now that done messed me up. If current trends continue, 2053, which ain't but 20 some years away, is zero. That's fucked up. And we spend over $1 trillion a year buying hair, clothes, cars. Material things that don't mean shit if we don't create wealth for our families. I got a little stash, not much, but in a sad state of affairs. Hmm. Wow. Zero, zilch, nothing. That's why when somebody died, we gotta sell dinners. Cause don't nobody have insurance. I mean, that's fucked up.
You know, Indian families will follow suit. One Indian family continued this
Right, therapy. I get that. I get that, but we really in a fucked up state.
with all of the think tank
Right, therapy.
DC, is they don't come back together. Society.
If we don't get our shit together, we will have no money in a capitalist society. That is fucked up.
We will work our way, brothers and sisters, into a second slavery.
Ooh.
No, that's not. I'm not exaggerating. Shots been fired, so we can either listen.
Facts. Facts. And then they gonna fight. Right. 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 They gonna fight over the little bit that you get. Whether it's some shoes, clothes, whatever it is. That's right. That's sad within itself. I don't know what you mean your hair looks like top room. I thought that means that I should say thank you. Oh, you look like Mr. Potato Head. Richard Taylor, you can get the hell on. You look like one of them yellow M&Ms. Well, how about that?
And do something, or we can continue to fight.
Or we can do, now I like, we can do something about it or continue to party and bullshit, which is what we good at. We know how to party. We know how to party. Right, exactly, therapy. He got the right one though. Cause that's what we know how to do, therapy, is party.
Make Grammy nominated rap songs,
Yeah.
buy out red bottoms, Gucci's and Farragut, wear all this stuff. Let's see if white folks are right. Now that brings me to a crossroads we have to engage in 1965. Daniel Patrick Moynihan at the wish of Lyndon Johnson, President Lyndon Johnson, did a major report and study on the state of the black family. It was called the Moynihan Report.
Uh, Let me see what I'm gonna do with you, Richard. Well, I shouldn't have banned Richard. Shit, I ain't mean to ban him. Oh well. He banned for this show. Fuck him.
Did his work, published the report, and basically the report said no new statistical gathering.
This is just too good. I should just end this and do a part two because I can't take the StreamYard. I want my money back.
Was 5 times that of white families in 1963 for an ultimate about 20, and in the white community, it was up 5 times higher. And Dr. Patrick Moynihan, based on, northeastern way, your brothers and sisters, this is what the statistics are, but the federal government cannot legislate your screwing.
Wow.
That's on you.
Wow.
We can't tell you when and to screw.
Wow.
But here's what's happening as a result of what you're doing.
Wow. The federal government cannot regulate your screwing. Wow. I'm not a Karen. Karen is for white folks, bitch. I'm black. Ho. I thought I had you. Well, maybe I need to do it again. That's you doing it? Thank you.
Are 5 times higher than our rates. And if that trend continues, and using about within 2 years, your out of wedlock birth rate will be 60% and 70%. That will in fact family sure, and ultimately lead you in.
Wow, he ain't never lied. That study was born in 1963. And look at where we at now. So we got 23 years to get our shit together because by statistically they saying by 2053 our wealth at zero. That is so messed up because we spend our money on clothes, shoes, cars, and not investments to create some type of generational wealth. Wow.
I told you that a week ago.
I just said, didn't I say from the beginning that you talk about this all the time? I said my son talk about this all the time. This is a hard message. And a lot of people not heard of Dr. George Fraser. He is awesome.
Oh, the report was published, and we were pissed. Racist, patriotic, and we did nothing.
Did thing.
And what happened? Exactly what they reported. So, we don't have to listen to the statistics. We can just continue doing what we're doing.
Right there.
I have chosen not to do that. Because although the prediction is that by 2053 this will occur to us, read the national coverage of the Fraser story in December of last year in the Boston Globe about black people and their money in Boston. It includes all the national news, Bishop.
Surely is.
The home of America's most elite education, Harvard, MIT, College, Bryn Mawr, Science University. Here was the major headline in the Boston Globe. I read to you the headline Even the headline had to qualify the end result. The headline. This is no typo. The media network really is $8.
Wow.
I said $8.
Wow.
One of the wealthiest cities in America. Black Bostonians are worth $8. I thought the prediction
Wow.
is that we broke by 2053. Well, Black Bostonians are about 20 years ahead of time.
Wow.
And tackle the problem, and I really see it. I talked about this earlier. I don't really see it as a problem because I'm an entrepreneurial thinker and have been all my life. I see it as a massive opportunity to provide education and training to 46 million black people. That's what I see. Massive. So we're doing ourselves. So with that thought in mind, 3 years ago, I began thinking through the system that we needed to put in place institutionalized education in the black community. Where must it first be housed and expanded and extended to? And there's only one clear answer if you think clearly about this. It must take seed in the historically black church.
Wow.
Black churches in America, when you black people go to church every single Sunday, we are the most moral and spiritually rooted people in this country. We are the most church-going people in this country. Not anything in black America without touching or it being led. Every major movement in this country, every major good thing that has ever happened to black people in this country was led by the black church, leadership from the black church. So it's got to start there. Now, 1,500 references to money and economics in the Bible. So this is no strange subject. We just need to bring the subject up more frequently. So we launched this year WINS. WINS. WINS is an acronym. Well, the name of my son, we know what that is. I created a little piece of poetry under WINS. It is for the wind, for it is the wind that makes us soar, and it is the winds that bring change. WINS. There will be financial literacy centers, wealth building centers. That's how we're ending. I have a little experience. I spent 13 years in branding and position with Procter and Gamble. Now, anybody know anything about branding and marketing? They are the beasts of branding and marketing. They invented branding. I sat at the feet of the masters for 13 years.
Wow.
I was the guy that was partly responsible for the launch of Pampers. Disrupted the cloth diaper category 40 years ago. So a little bit on how to package, design, and do an architecture for something as powerful as a brand that needs to bring us to this.
Wow.
We introduced it last year at the Power Conference. We said, here's what's coming. And we launched it this year at the Power Conference. We recruited. Now, I did the prototype. I have a WIN center in my church for the last 14 months. I was sort of the test market. We're now doing what they call in the world a soft launch. So we've got 15 people around the country. We will be meeting in October for the final training the trainer. Each person must have some financial services industry, and then you must patient instruction. You see, because you are a stockbroker, does it mean that you can teach English?
Damn, that's good. And I wanted to be a stockbroker. I wish I wouldn't have got scared because I was the only black and the only female in the 80s at 18 in a room of nothing but white, blonde, blue eyed. And I felt so intimidated because I was 18. Damn.
Different than basketball. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player who ever played the game, but he would fire himself as the coach of the team that he won because he coached. He was a mediocre basketball player.
He awesome.
Basketball doesn't mean that you can teach basketball because you can do math doesn't mean that you can teach math. You have to be certified. I have two African-centered charter schools, and you cannot teach basic reading in my charter school without certification in reading. So why would we allow people to teach our people something they're not certified in teaching? And this is especially true for black people because we learn different. We are oral, visual, tactile, kinesthetic, and auditory. Oral, visual, tactile,
Right.
to teach our inner city children can't teach them. Because they do not understand our learning and teaching style. We are an archival. We are an oral people. White folks are archival, right? They read.
Facts. That's
They write, they read. The world is still being run by books that were written 500 years ago.
facts. Facts.
Don't you admit that? They
Facts.
take out of their brain, put it on paper, and publish it. Now, more of us are writing books than ever before. So we're moving in that direction. We've got to write it down. Because you know what? It's to systemize something. You must be able to articulate, put it in writing, and then make sure that there's a permanent record of it. That's what it is. There's nothing wrong with the oral tradition, a beautiful tradition. You see every Sunday in the black church that we are probably the best speakers in the world because we come from an oral tradition. President Barack Obama, I remember when he first got elected, a good white friend who said to me, man, President Obama, speaker, isn't he? I said, you know, I said, have you ever heard, of Dr. Taylor?
Mm.
Heard of Howard Thurman? You ever heard Jeremiah Wright? Oh yeah, I heard Jeremiah Wright. So we have our own tradition. We learn differently to learn. So we have to teach our people differently about building and differently around literacy. And we have designed a curriculum, a special culturally specific curriculum using special tools and people about money to pull them away. Most important addiction we have. One of the most important addiction, I say, I don't really mean that. One of the worst. Let me say that. We have a very bad asset. We really do. I've been black for 73 years, and we have a badass habit. This habit is the worst in us than anybody else in America. And you know what that habit is? our habit or addiction to instant gratification versus delayed gratification.
Damn.
There's lots of social, psychological reasons for it. I don't want to get into it, right? I can take up too much time telling you why that we need to feel good right now. Because for 350 years, we feel so good, right? For 350 years, we really couldn't, right? The last 50 years, maybe we could say, metaphorically, we were just partying. We are really just two generations out of a 1965, in fact, 1967, we're just two generations out of a right? And the Jews did not get to the promised land after they were free for how many years? 40. Right? They misbehaved and had to get their stuff together for 40 years. Well, we after 350 years of the crap that we went through, maybe we had to just do a little partying, buy a little something, look nice for a change, right? But now, it's 40, the 40 years is over, the party is over, brothers and sisters, all right? So we now have to do the right thing. So we are opening the Win Center. It is a system, as you've heard me say yesterday, that ideas are wonderful, but systems are better. We are the most creative people on the planet. We are. There's nobody more creative than black people. That is a special gift. Spiritual gift of creativity. We invented jazz. Jazz improvisation is going to be here for a second. If John Coltrane was alive and you invited him into this theater to play my favorite things, his classic, he would blow it out of the water. Only 10% of it you would recognize. It would the melody, that's the only 10% you would recognize. The rest of it would be totally improvised. If he went home and you invited him back tomorrow to play the same song, it would sound entirely different. That's how creative, that's the power of our creativity. We ain't that good at building systems. Probably the best system, Bishop, that we've ever built is the system of our church. The second best would be our fraternities and sororities. That's a system. So we have to move from just wonderful, creative ideas, being great football, baseball, basketball players, right? We're the talent, but we don't own the system. We don't even own rap. We don't? We don't own rap. We create the music. We do the singing, dancing, playing football, but we don't own the system. The system is a system to produce, to package, to manufacture, and to distribute. What is the distribution system for football? The stadiums. The media. So that's a different kind of thinking. This is the kind of thinking that we must engage our people in the 21st century. Now, all of this will come under what we're going to be introducing, or launching, I should say, because we introduced it this year, Fraser Nation. Now, for 31 years, we have been Fraser Net. It is not an ego trip. There's only one reason we used Fraser. Because the brand has been around for 31 years, and it has trust and loyalty, and a fine reputation. Right? So, branding was a there was Ivory soap, and then we made Ivory liquid, and then Ivory flakes. The reputation of Ivory soap was the halo effect to the extension of that name brand. This is Saints, brothers and sisters. Except you don't know. Some of you know. So that's all it is. It's not an ego play. It is leveraging the reputation of your brand. Now, the theme for Fraser Nation, citizens of generational wealth. of generational wealth.
Wow.
That's the theme. Fraser for 31 years, we had three words that described who we were and what we offered. At Fraser, connect, grow, and grow. That was our unique selling proposition. That was our value-added benefit. Is being able to connect with each other. In connections, you grow, and through growing, you would prosper. 31 years. Into something a little bit different, a little bit better, I think. We will have three terms, not three words, that will define and describe Fraser Nation. Those terms will be demonstrated excellence. That's one term. That's the first term. Demonstrated excellence. I did not say excellence. Everybody says excellence. Everybody antis that word. No. Not black people who get to another level. We're talking about demonstrate to us your excellence.
Come on.
I hear running, your lips moving. Where must that excellence be? It must be a knowledge of self, a deeper commitment to personal growth and development. This will be synthesized under Fraser Nation as demonstrated excellence. Demonstrate to me
Facts.
that you got it going on. When you demonstrate to us that you have it going on, you can become a citizen of our nation. Our nation is not for everybody, just right? Try to get in our nation and bring in your babies. And you ain't about from our nation. And we'll figure out how to get you your babies back later. Okay. So demonstrate is the first term. The second term is equity and investment. Equity and investment. Forbes magazine comes out with a special year called Forbes 400. Is the 400 richest people in the entire world. And 98 of those 400 richest people in the entire world made their wealth. Private equity. Private equity. There's an exception to that rule, and that's Warren Buffett, who made his money through public equity. Buying 5, 10, 15 million shares of McDonald's or Nike.
Wow. Damn, I didn't know that. I just learned me something.
$200 Nike sneakers. Warren Buffett doesn't wear Nike sneakers, but he knows you buy them. You buy them. Warren Buffett understood it's more important to buy McDonald's stock than to eat a Big Mac. Equity and investment. Equity and investment. That is the second term. If you're about that, we can lead you to equity plays. We have friends who are starting and building businesses, and let me just dimensionalize that for you. Had Mark Zuckerberg been your friend 25 years ago, and he was working in his room at Harvard trying to get Facebook started, and asked you to loan him $5,000 or $10,000, that'd be worth about $25 million today. That's private equity. This is before the IPO. You understand what private equity is? It is before the IPO. Right? Then there's public equity. So, equity investment. And the third term for Fraser Nation will be entrepreneurial thinking. Entrepreneurial thinking. I did not say entrepreneurship. We must must work on the minds of black people. What is entrepreneurial thinking? Entrepreneurial thinking is taking responsibility, taking ownership, and mitigating the risks to all things that you do in life. And that mindset may lead you someday to a business. And we know that there's some Negroes that should not be within 100 yards of owning a business.
Facts. 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 Facts.
Because they're messing up others trying to do serious business.
Facts.
So that's the next thing. And then to aggregate brothers and sisters, the institutions and organizations that do excellence on a regular basis, and to make them a part of this Fraser Nation, which will be a system. It's a system that will be institutionalized over a long period of time. It will be
Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment.